Meeting called to order, please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and roll call of members, please.
Councilmember Southwick here, Councilmember Bory,
Here.
Councilmember Natasha, or Navius, here, Councilmember Hunter,
Here.
and Supervisor Trumbull.
Here, thank you. The agenda runs right into taking our oath of office for our newly elected officials, including I. So Jason, would you do us the honors of the oath of office for our town clerk?
Sure. Julie, repeat after me. I, Julie Castine,
I, Julie Castine,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of town clerk / tax collector
the duties of town clerk, tax collector,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. There we go.
I, Thomas Trombley,
I, Thomas Tremblay,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York,
of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of supervisor
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of supervisor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who wants to go next? I, Natasha Navius, do solemnly swear
I, Natasha Navius, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of council member according to the best of my ability.
of council member to the ability, to the, what?
To the best of my
The
ability.
best of my ability.
I, Rick Hunter,
I, Rick Hunter,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of council member
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Alan's turn. I, Alan Racine,
I, Alan Racine,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Highway Superintendent
of Highway Superintendent
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Can I roll?
Awesome. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
And welcome, Natasha.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, please, for December 9th. Copies ready?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, go ahead. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the December 9th, 2025 meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any modifications or revisions required? Discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now, the motion to approve the minutes of December 22nd, please.
motion to accept the meeting minutes for December 22nd, 2025 meeting.
Thank you. I'll just notate that's a special meeting for closing, end of year closing.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any corrections or revisions required?
I do have one thing I wanted to bring up, it's on the second page, for the transfers in the budget counts, where it says, Secretary Gagnon stated we were just moving money from one account to another. I wanted to try to correct that, because we're doing it within the fund, and the reason we're doing it is to balance the accounts within the same fund, just so it's clear that we're not moving it from one fund to another. To balance the accounts within the same fund,
Yes,
does that sound right?
that sounds right.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? So we had a motion to approve as presented now, I'd just like to add with that revision. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. So now before we move forward into the organizational meeting, since we've got folks here that are under new business, if it's okay with the board, I'd like to jump ahead. Because it's a fairly lengthy process that goes through all the appointments, et cetera, and the annual resolutions. You guys would be welcome to stay afterwards if you'd like to. Which means we will jump ahead. Well, Scott, we'll jump ahead to the seeker, is that correct?
Sure, yeah, do the secret first.
And just to clarify, this is for the comprehensive plan for
That
that.
is correct. This is for the final approval of the comprehensive plan. But first, we need to adopt a state environmental quality review. You've all been copied on it. I hope that you've all reviewed it. It's completed. So there is no need to go through this document. The resolution itself will cover that, as long as you don't have any questions on the document itself. Because everything has been filled out. And all it needs is my signature.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mr. Supervisor, as the town's consultant on the comprehensive plan project, we have completed the seeker forms, and it is our recommendation as the consultants to the project that the town board adopt a negative declaration for the seeker process, and then move on to the adoption of the comprehensive plan. And I should point out further that the seeker environmental assessment form, part 1, has been submitted to all of the involved or interested agencies, and that the 30 days has elapsed since the submission of part 1 to the involved agencies, and that no comments or challenges have been received from any of the involved agencies opposing to the town of Champlain acting as the seeker lead agency. So you are cleared to accept parts 2 and 3 of that seeker document, and proceed to the adoption of a negative declaration, and we will post the negative declaration and the environmental news bulletin of on the DEC website.
Okay. So with that, I will move forward with resolution number 6 of 2026. Adopt a state environmental quality review seeker negative declaration for town and village of Champlain joint smart growth comprehensive plan update. Supervisor Thomas Trombley, who moved its adoption, offered the following resolution. Whereas pursuant to Town Board Resolution number 50 of 2025, the Town of Champlain Town Board, the Board reviewed the draft comprehensive plan update. The project prepared with the assistance of the consulting team of AES Northeast and Dr. Ann Rizzo Holland, the consultant. And in accordance with Article 8 of the New York State Environmental Conservation Law, ECL, and in accordance with 6 NYCRR Section 617, the board reviewed and placed on file the seeker Full Environmental Assessment Form Part 1, the FEAF Part 1, prepared for the project. And whereas upon review of the FEAF Part 1 and review of the 6 NYCRR Section 617.4B1, the board determined that the project was a seeker type 1 action, and in accordance with 6 NYCRR Section 617.6B, the board designated itself as lead agency for the purpose of seeker. And in accordance with 6 NYCRR Section 617.6B3, the board submitted the draft comprehensive plan and the FEAF Part 1 to all involved or interested agencies on or by November 20th, 2025, allowing 30 days for a coordinated review. And whereas, as of December 21st, 2025, no review comments were received from the involved or interested agencies. And whereas the board, working with the consultant, has prepared and placed on file a seeker full environmental assessment form, FEAF Part 2 and FEAF Part 3 for the project. Now therefore be it resolved that, 1, in accordance with the FEAF Parts 2 and 3 completed for the project, the board hereby determines that the project will not result in any significant adverse impacts on the environment, and therefore an environmental impact statement need not be prepared. 2, the board hereby authorizes and directs its consultant to submit the FEAF Parts 1, 2, and 3 and this resolution to the Environmental Notice Bulletin for publication in the next available issue. And 3, this resolution shall take effect immediately. This resolution was duly seconded by,
I'll second it.
thank you, and adopted by roll call vote as follows.
Councilmember Hunter,
Aye.
Councilmember Maury,
Aye.
Councilmember Southwick,
Aye.
Councilmember Navius,
Aye.
and Supervisor Trombley.
Thank you very much, Julie. Thank you, everybody. So with that, Mr. Allen, we can move to the adoption, correct?
That's correct.
Town of Champlain, resolution number 7 of 2026. To adopt the town and village of Champlain joint smart growth comprehensive plan update. Supervisor Thomas Trombley, who moved its adoption, offered the following resolution. Whereas New York State Town Law subsection 272-A authorizes the town board of the town of Champlain, Clinton County, New York, to prepare and adopt a comprehensive plan to serve as a guide for the future growth and development of the town. And whereas the town has undertaken a comprehensive planning process with the involvement of residents, stakeholders, and professionals, resulting in the preparation of a draft comprehensive plan that reflects the vision, goals, and strategies for the town's long-term development, preservation, and community character. And whereas the comprehensive plan was prepared in accordance with the requirements of town law subsection 272-A and included consideration of existing conditions, land use, infrastructure, housing, economic development, environmental resources, and other matters relevant to the present and future needs of the town. And whereas the town board held a duly noticed public hearing on the draft comprehensive plan on December 9th, 2025, in accordance with town law subsection 272-A 6, to receive public comment and input. And whereas the town board has considered the draft plan, all written and oral comments received at the public hearing, excuse me, and has determined that the adoption of the comprehensive plan is in the best interests of the town. And whereas pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, the town board has completed a review of the environmental impacts of adopting the comprehensive plan and issued a negative declaration on January 13th, 2026, determining that the action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Champlain, in regular session duly convened, does hereby adopt the town and village of Champlain joint smart growth comprehensive plan dated 2025 as the official comprehensive plan of the town pursuant to town law subsection 272-A. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to file and distribute copies of the adopted comprehensive plan in accordance with town law subsection 272-A number 11, and to take any and all necessary steps to give effect to this resolution. This resolution shall take effect immediately, and this resolution was duly seconded by,
I'll second.
thank you, and adopted by roll call vote as follows.
Councilmember Hunter,
Aye.
Councilmember Bori,
Aye.
Councilmember Southwick,
Aye.
Councilmember Nevius,
Aye.
Supervisor Trumbull.
Aye. Thank you.
If I may, Mr. Supervisor, thank you very much for having this at the beginning of the meeting. I'll get out of your hair the very way, but let me just say, don't let this document sit on the shelf and collect dust. Use this document. A lot of time and energy and money went into it, albeit grant money from the Department of State. But use it, rely on it, ask questions about it. We're here in your backyard to help you anytime you need it. But it's been a pleasure to work with the town and all the folks that were involved with this. So.
Same here, Scott. Thank you very much for your professionalism. It has been a pleasure working both with you and Ann. And it is quite a process putting this together. But it's been a good one.
Okay. Take care, folks.
Safe travels. Thank you. Okay. So next, let's go to number 3. I do have a resolution prepared to authorize me to sign the lease agreement, but I think we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So agreed, gentlemen?
I'm sorry, Tom, excuse me.
Could you just state, since you're here for the North Country Golf Club,
Yes.
state your name.
Gary Reed, President of the North Country Golf Course, President of the Board of Directors.
Okay.
And
I'm Terry Merchant, I'm on the board of directors at the golf course also.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, gentlemen, for attending tonight. We got, it's kind of like 2 things to address, but the first and foremost was the lease agreement. I know, Gary, the last time I spoke to you, you were gonna bring it back to the board and...
well, I didn't get here, we didn't get here early enough to get everything saddled up, but I would have signed it tonight, but if you have time tomorrow, I'll stop by,
Okay,
we'll get it signed up.
so you're ready for signature?
Yes,
is what
yeah,
you're saying.
absolutely. Yeah. Well, as I said last week, we're ready to go.
Okay. All right, and before I move on to the resolution, if I find it. Oh, it is. I'll come across it further in the meeting. So how about I go through this resolution for approving the signature on the lease, and then we'll talk about the estimate. I don't believe we have a copy yet.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I've got one here. Resolution number 8 of 2026, to authorize the town of Champlain supervisor to sign a commercial lease agreement between the town of Champlain and the North Country Golf Club. Whereas the town board of the town of Champlain previously authorized the supervisor to sign a lease under resolution number 55 of 2025, although a revision was required by the town's legal counsel to this agreement. And whereas the revisions were as follows: Section 6, maintenance. The club covenants and agrees to maintain the said premises in as good or substantially the same condition as it presently exists. The town acknowledges that based upon availability and resources, the town's highway department may from time to time provide materials and assistance to certain maintenance and improvement projects at the subject premises. The town may, as it deems suitable, perform or cause to be performed certain maintenance activities at the leased premises as requested by tenant in advance. The tenant shall hold harmless the town from any such maintenance activities. Section 8, the expiration, the club covenants that the expiration of said term, it will surrender said premises to the town in the same or substantially similar condition as now, necessary wear and damaged by the elements accepted. And then section 10, insurance, add the requirement for the leaser's insurance policy to carry $1 million liquor liability coverage by adding the following sentence. The policy shall also include liquor liability at a minimum of $1 million coverage. I misspoke, or misread, I should say. Whereas the term of this lease shall remain for 1 year, commencing the first day of January 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026. And whereas the club's covenants that will pay to the town for the use of said premises rent in the amount of $1,000 per year, the annual rent shall be paid in full by October 31st of each year. And therefore be it resolved that the Board of the Town of Champlain authorizes the Town of Champlain Supervisor to sign the revised 2026 lease agreement with the North Country Golf Club. And now therefore it be it further resolved that a roll call vote is carried to approve said resolution, and a copy of this resolution is to be given to the Secretary of the Board. Motion to approve resolution is presented.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 8, authorize the town of Champlain supervisor to sign the commercial lease agreement between the town of Champlain and North Country Golf Club.
Thank you, sir. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Julie.
Councilmember Southwick?
Aye.
Councilmember Bory?
Aye.
Councilmember Nevius?
Aye.
Councilmember Hunter?
Aye.
Supervisor Trombley?
Aye. Thank you very much. That formality is done. Gary, if you would, I've got a copy here for you. So, for everyone's knowledge, Alan and I went there with Kravitz, and I gave you Postman, did I? With Kravitz, Forestry Services to determine, and we met with you, Gary, to determine how many trees, where they were. And as it turns out, there's roughly 24 trunks that need to come down. And trunks meaning that there's a tree that's growing out of the same root system, that's 2 trunks. This looks like two trees. So that's where the number probably exceeded what we were guessing. We were guessing, what, a dozen and a half maybe? I do not have my confirmation from our attorney. It's been a tough couple of weeks for him. He's been in court every day, and we just have not gotten together. He's hoping to call me either tomorrow or Thursday, so we can have a meeting on whether or not, we can even spend tax dollars towards this. I know you and I had talked, Gary, and I don't know if you brought it back to your board members or not, but.
Well, our board meeting is tomorrow, Tom, so it's, at this point, I can't really relay anything other than we've discussed it, but I have to go before the board before anything can happen, so.
Okay.
The number that you presented us is approximately the number that you provided to me that day.
Yep.
But there are extenuating circumstances there, so, we have to, I have to go before my board the same way you have to go before your board.
I guess just to clarify, with Alan, when we went out there and looked, I mean, these trees, especially the ones near that
Yeah,
number 10 green,
Yeah.
are,
they're,
Tough sheet.
they need to come down.
they need to come down.
There is an issue there. To be, maybe to clarify a little bit, you did say 24. I've gone out and I've actually counted these trees more than once to come up with 24. And I know that you guys had probably counted 4 or 5 or 6 that were out on the fairway on number 10 that were included. I don't know if you counted that dead pine tree that was on the 11th fairway.
I believe Zyle did.
I think he did.
I think he did.
did.
So,
What he said was, the reason he gave a number of 24, it was gonna be the same price whether it was 16 or 24. But he said, since I'm coming out here and I'm going right by those trees to get to this green, he
Okay.
goes, I'll just take those down.
okay,
That's how that number came out.
okay. All right, well, with that being said, I think, there again, I have to go to my board tomorrow afternoon, with this number as well as the overall compensation of what it's gonna cost us to help the town out, or I guess would be the best way to put it. I don't know where your dollars are coming from. You certainly know from our financial statements that we've handed to you over the years that we don't have the kind of dollars to spend that the town of Champlain might have the dollars to spend.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, to be honest with you, Gary, this whole conversation and this estimation and everything should have happened in September.
Yes.
We should have talked about this months ago before our
Well,
budget, and. we
It's been
didn't.
in the works for longer than September, Tom. That's not something,
No,
it's not something that was just
it's been
brought up.
It's been requested, no, it has not just been dug, it's been requested for probably 2 years. but,
Yes.
I can't disagree with Alan, it's very risky to go out there and try to cut those trees just with a chainsaw.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not disputing that at all. It's not, I don't even, there's members that have volunteered to take down some of these trees, but is it worth us for liability purposes to have them go out there and do it? No, it isn't, because if a branch falls in their head and disables somebody, who's liable? It's not the guy with the chainsaw, it's gonna be the golf course, I mean, we have enough liability ahead of us on the other side of that property, the property that we own, that's already, a burden to us in that respect, and we don't need to be burdened with any more liability on the property that we share with you guys. So, all that being said, I mean, there are things here that need to be, we need to work together. Certainly, there's other things that have been brought up over the course of the years. Just recently, or within the last couple of years, since the big, the rain out that we had 2 summers ago, where the golf course lost almost 40 days of playable weather. The ditch that runs across your part of the course is full of cattails. It's full of everything that the water doesn't flow through. By the time it reaches Prospect Street, it's slowed down to the point where it's barely a trickle. If I had had my way this past summer, I would have had somebody out there with a backhoe or a shovel, cleaning out those ditches so that they can flow. Because now Prospect Street is open, at least we can get the water to Prospect Street. What happens north of Prospect Street is we can't do anything about. That's not your responsibility, it's not our responsibility. I believe that's Drew's property, and unless they want to do something about it, it's the way it is going to be. That it's never going to get any further. At one time, those ditches ran all the way down to north of the fort, and literally fish would spawn all the way up to the golf course out of the lake. That doesn't happen anymore because they can't get there. I guess that's neither here nor there to this discussion, but there's just, You know, if we don't work together with this, on this piece of property, if we don't get together and figure out how to make things work between the two of us, at some point, North Country Golf Course is gonna have to fold. You know, if you take a look at where things are in this part of the world as far as recreational, you know, there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. Yeah, we have Lake Placid, which is, you know, a great venue, but that's 80 miles, 60 miles away from us. We have Saranac Lake, which is another 40, 50 miles away from us. We have the North Country Golf Course, which just was voted the most popular golf course in the North Country. We beat out 4 other golf courses in the North Country. Adirondack. Pardon?
My phone just rang, that's all, I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to do that, Tom.
I know.
If you were at my meeting, you'd be buying us around. Adirondack, Bluff Point, Barracks, and Harmony. We beat out 4 golf courses in the North Country to be the best, most popular golf course in the North Country. That's a pretty damn good substantial little check mark on this community's status in this part of the world.
And we appreciate that.
Well, we didn't do it alone, Tom. It's not something we didn't just, it isn't something that happened because,
No.
you know, we had 50 members vote for it.
No, and as.
But we had the cooperation of everybody up here and everybody around us, especially this summer when it was as dry as it was, who came to this golf course and said, this is the best damn conditions in the whole Northeast. So with that being said, I realize that your dollars are tight. You need to realize our dollars are tight. There has to be a checkpoint here somewhere where things get done. That's 2 rounds.
I know, I told her it would be in the meeting. She's not getting it.
There has to be some point where we all reach an agreement about how things need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with on a timely manner and to a point where we're not sitting here on a daily basis or a yearly basis or a monthly basis, however it needs to work out, where we work together.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, as I said before, it'll be a moot point because we won't be talking about a 30-acre pasture. We'll be talking about 30-acre pasture. And that's what you're gonna have because you can't do anything else with it. It's gonna be a pasture to you. It's gonna be woodlands. It's gonna be tall grass. You can't do anything to it because you're handcuffed to the point where it has to remain what it is. And I don't think you want that. I don't think the town board wants that. I don't think anybody in this community wants that.
No, Gary, we've never taken that stand.
I understand that,
The
Tom.
town has always,
I guess I'm being a devil's advocate here and trying
the town has
to,
always gone out there and helped out. Alan's done ditching out there.
yeah.
He's done work on the parking lots. I mean, we can do some, and we try to help, but, you know, ultimately, because it's leased to you guys, it does become, according to our attorney, private property. And
Yep.
we have to be careful what we're doing.
And-
when it comes to those trees, this is really what we're talking about, just the trees.
Yeah, yes.
If you need ditching done, and I'm sure Alan can speak for himself, you'd probably accommodate that. It's
The hard part
trees-
about,
the trees are the problem.
yeah, the trees are the problem. So let's get the trees down and then we'll work on other things.
So let me.
You haven't heard from your fellow yet, I presume? It's been 2 weeks, 2 weeks yesterday that he was there.
No, he's ready to go if this gets approved.
He's ready to go for the $10,000
Yeah,
if it's approved.
if it gets approved, yeah.
Well, all we're gonna do now is wait for the ground to get a little bit harder because it's getting soft again.
He's gonna be starting, what, this coming week, Alan, up
He
here in
said
this
about-
area?
he said around the 1st, well, that's not very far away.
The 1st February,
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, that's close.
So what are you asking me to do, or what are you asking the North Country Golf Course to do? As far, if you want my authorization to go ahead and do it, I'll be there with bells and whistles on to
No,
help.
that's not what this is about. This is an estimate that either for you or for for us, but I gotta speak to our attorney first. The last conversation we did have, which was quite some time ago, and he never put it in writing, was that he didn't think we should be doing this. So I gotta find out if we can spend, he didn't think we should be cutting the trees. I haven't got a clarification on whether or not we can even spend tax dollars on it, because it's leased by the golf club.
Can I ask you?
I gotta get an answer to that.
But can I ask you just a quick question, and put this to the whole board?
Yeah, please.
If you don't think you should be cutting the trees, who's supposed to be cutting the trees?
Well, we're professional.
No, but somebody has to pay the professional, so who has to pay the professional? Is
Well,
it the leasee or the leaseor? If your house has to, if you lease if you rent a house to me and the house needs paint, who puts the paint on?
You can't compare it to renting a house. Let's
Well-
compare it to a farmer renting farmland. A farmer rents the farmland, he has to dig his own ditches, even though he's leasing it, renting it, he has to plow it,
Well, I guess
do whatever he needs to do to it. And that's why in this agreement that's been around for years, it's nothing that's been added, it does state that you're to upkeep the property. I don't think that this is solely the town's responsibility, we're trying to figure this out, we're trying to help.
Well, the North Country Golf Course didn't ask the trees to die. Neither did you.
Neither did anybody. We did
And
not ask
any-
the Ash Board to come in.
We've taken down more than our share of trees that we never asked any help for, and have paid for trees being taken down. If you go look around the golf course, you'll see all kinds of stumps that were taken out. I guess I don't know what it is that you're asking us to do, Tom. You tell me what you
I'll tell
need.
you after I speak to our attorney to figure out what I can do.
But, you know, it's been 2 weeks now, and how long is it gonna take for that attorney? Because if, we can't go much more than another month before things are gonna go back the other direction. And if it goes back the other direction, the ground's too soft to get out there.
But like,
You guys walked out there 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't that solid then.
no, it was wet.
Yeah, it was wet.
If he's gonna be coming up in this area the 1st of February, we've got a couple of weeks to figure it out. But I can't make decisions tonight based on not having that conversation. And hopefully, the email today was he's gonna try to reach me either tomorrow or Thursday. I told him I was open both days.
So that's the next roadblock right there. We can't do anything until that happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, then you'll find out whether or not we
Right.
are able to do anything at all.
Right.
So, let's play the devil's advocate here and say that your attorney says, we don't have any need to take these trees down.
It's not need, it's whether we have.
The liability or the jurisdiction or whatever the case may
Able to
be.
legally spend tax dollars on it.
Yeah. So it's an interpretation of his law, or the law that's written?
No, I don't think so, but I'm not sure even how to answer that, Gary.
Well, it has to be some interpretation of some law.
Yeah, obviously, it must be in regards to it being considered private property. Because it's leased by a club who charges and runs a business on it.
It's not open to all the taxpayers of the community, it's only open to those taxpayers or those non-taxpayers who have memberships and can be on that property.
Correct.
Well,
Thanks for helping.
just a caveat there to that, Dorothea. That wasn't this past weekend because it was raining, but within the last week or 10 days, I had two cross-country skiers who were unloading in the parking lot and putting their skis on and going down through the course. And I said, just to be aware, we're in a position now where I can't say to you that you can legally be out here because if something happens to you, you're not a paid member of this golf course. You didn't pay greens fees. You're not a member. If something happens to you, you're on your own. With that being said, I've just purchased some signs that they're going to go up that you're out here at your own risk.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think it's a
Well,
good
we
idea.
talked about that the day you guys were there. You know, it's really unfortunate that after 60-some years, whatever, 1936, so, you know, that things have come to the point where people of this community can enjoy something that is wide open and you know, ready to be used, but you can't use it if you're out there on your own, with you're out there worrying about something falling on your head or you know, falling in a ditch or breaking your leg or suing somebody that, you know, I mean, you guys own a lot of property around this village, this town, that isn't patrolled every day. The park you put up here across from the school, I mean, your attorneys must have had a field day trying to figure out the liability issues on that piece of property. And, you know, it's unfortunate that it's come to that point in our lives where, or our day, that we can't enjoy something that is public property, basically, for the most part. Because the other side of that ditch, or if you want to draw the medium across it, the Rouse's Point side of that field is free and clear. Go do whatever you want. I mean, there's still liability out
There's
there,
still liability.
but it's not liability about the town of Champlain. You're not concerned about it.
No, we don't assume the liability on that piece,
No.
because it's leased to you.
Yeah. No, it is ours.
Yeah.
It's all in that. It's
Yeah.
all in our insurance payments that we pay every year. I don't mean to carry this on. Are we at a stalemate right now until we hear from this guy?
Well, yeah, I was just providing that to you.
Yeah,
letting
no,
you know,
I appreciate it, yeah.
You know, where Alan stands, why we do not wanna cut him. And also the attorney saying we shouldn't be out there with equipment.
Well, I guess then we're gonna have to wait and see what he says, and when it comes to that, you know, if your cutter, if this guy is gonna charge us $10,000 to cut these trees down at our expense, you may be owning some property down the road.
Well, I think that the fact the town lowered that from 15,000 down. to
Well, I appreciate that, Tom.
Many years ago should help offset that. I mean, that should cover a little bit of maintenance, shouldn't it? I mean, that's
Well, so
$14,000
can
annually for the last
you
10
honestly
years.
tell me when was the last date that any maintenance was done on that property? And if you can't do it tonight, I would appreciate it if you find out what you did in the last 10 years
I'm sure
to do something.
I'm sure Alan can, 'cause I know that ditching has been done, the stone has been.
No,
hauled
ditching's
into the
been done
stone
on
has been
Prospect
hauled into
Street,
your
but-
Parking lot. There's things that have been done, we call topsoil.
Okay, well, write them down. I'd like a little, you know, a timeline of what things have happened over there in the last 10 years that amount to $10,000, say, or even $5,000.
I'm not sure why we're going there, but okay.
Well, no, because you want the North Country Golf Course to put out $10,000 to cut down trees that are growing on your property, that we didn't plant, that have been there for 70, maybe 100 years, who knows how long they've been there. You want us to take them down at our cost. We're basically a non-for-profit organization. We try to maintain a profit, but we're a non-for-profit organization in the state of New York. We're a for-profit organization in the federal government, but in the state of New York, we're a non-profit organization. Why you want us to take down trees that really don't belong to us at our expense does not make, it just doesn't fathom in my head. Now, you can go back to the farmer who's plowing fields and cutting hay. That's all well and good, and I don't know how that draft was drawn up in 1936 or 1979 or whenever the heck that last draft was drawn up. But I'm sure as hell didn't think that they were going to have 24 trees that they had to take down when they drew up that draft. They didn't think that there was going to be ash trees that had to be dropped at somebody's expense.
let me talk to the attorney, Gary, and I'll get back to you. It's about whether or not we can spend these dollars or not. And then I gotta go to the board and the budget officer and find out where in Alan's, budget we can scrape money up to have it done. So I got two issues. And again, if we'd have been having this same conversation at this level in September, then at least we could have it budgeted for. And it may take one of those issues away, but first I still have to talk to the attorney. I don't think the board agree, I don't think the board's prepared to make a decision
No,
without
I don't.
hearing that.
I'm not asking to make a decision. I thought we were a little bit farther along than this tonight, Tom, though, than we are. I thought when I came here tonight, because you asked us to be a part of this board, that when you asked me to be a part of it, that there was gonna be an answer to to the resolution that was in front of us. It's been 2 weeks. I don't know what your guy is doing. I don't know what the issues are.
I thought it was a good opportunity to at least air out why Alan's not cutting the trees. That's all.
But it's not Alan cutting the trees. It's not the town of Champlain cutting the trees. It's the person you have contracting to cut the town of the trees. It's not Alan cutting the trees down. It's the person you're contracting to cut the trees down.
Well, yeah. The one
It's
that-
coming out of the
one
town.
that did the estimate.
Pardon me?
Yes, the contractor who gave us an estimate to cut trees down. The one
Right.
that's capable of doing it, that has the equipment, that'll be
Yeah,
up here
abs-
anyways, working on ash trees, so it felt, that's why that price is quite reasonable.
Well, it's reasonable to you guys. Your budget's a hell of a lot higher than our budgets.
No, reasonable to take that many trees down for that dollar amount.
Well, I haven't talked to the guy. I have no idea what he's all about. I have no idea what he was looking at. You guys were the ones that were out there talking to him. I know what you proposed, but that's,
Well, we did the trees that you pointed us towards.
yeah. Plus a few others.
Yeah, like the ones on the fairway
Yeah.
that need to come down, but you said didn't have to, but he said, if I'm going by them, he says, it's gonna be the same thing.
Well, I guess if I was gonna be negotiating the price, I would be negotiating, don't take those down, but whatever, I wasn't there, I didn't talk to the guy, so.
Well, I think you'll find it be the same price, that's
Okay.
my point.
All right. You did say that you're gonna negotiate a better price because he's here anyway, so.
That too, his equipment will be up here.
All right, so,
I'll let you know as soon as I find out, I'm hoping that it's tomorrow, if I come up with an answer, I'll be,
I'm gonna leave this with you, and I meant to leave. I'm gonna leave this with you, it's the insurance stuff.
okay?
What is on there with the copies that you have is actually the updated version as of May.
Okay,
From what I understand, it's how the insurance companies write this stuff. So I'm not gonna leave it with you tonight, but I'll text you a phone number and a person that you can contact if you have any questions.
okay,
The person who wrote up this contract for us.
okay,
And if there's any questions, you can contact her, and what you need to know she should be able to answer all the questions that you had. But the contract that we did send to you back in, I think it was May or first part of June, was actually a valid contract.
okay, the copy I have already.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll leave you an updated one, because she sent us this one just recently, so.
Okay,
Can I leave that with you?
yes, you can, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, not the back part, that part's mine.
Okay.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, ladies. Take care.
No more,
Thank you.
So now we'll start the organizational meeting. And start with supervisors' appointments. Matthew Favreau, B, is hereby appointed Town of Champlain attorney for a term of 1 year expiring January 12th, 2027, at the retainer set by annual budget appropriation. Thomas Murnane, B, is hereby appointed Town of Champlain attorney for zoning and planning for a term of 1 year expiring January 12th, 2027, at the retainer set by annual budget appropriation. Chris Matat be and is hereby appointed Fire, Building Codes and Zoning Enforcement Officer for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at the salary set by annual budget appropriation. Julie Castine be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Registrar Vital Statistics Officer for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at no salary. Julie Castine be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Water Sewer Clerk for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at a salary set by annual budget appropriation. Julie Castine be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Planning and Zoning Clerk for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at a salary set by annual budget appropriation. Janice Letourneau be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Marriage Officer for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at salary set by annual budget appropriation. Charlene Sample be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Youth Director for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at salary set by annual budget appropriation. Sarah Gagnon be and is hereby appointed Town of Champlain Budget Officer for a term of 1 year expiring January 12, 2027, at salary set by annual budget appropriation. Motion to accept these appointments?
I'll make that motion that we approve the supervisor's appointments as read.
Thank you,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Supervisors Committee appointments and designations for January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026. The following appointments and designations are offered by Supervisor Thomas Tremblay. Deputy Supervisor Rick Hunter. Grant Commissioner Rick Hunter, Deputy Commissioner Dorothea Southwick. Water and Sewer Commissioner Jason Bory, Deputy Commissioners Natasha Nivias and Chris Matat. EDU Assessment Commissioner Rick Hunter, Deputy Commissioners Jason Bory and Chris Matat. Highway Commissioner Jason Bory, Deputy Commissioner Natasha Nivias. Building Commissioner Dorothea Southwick, Deputy Commissioner Natasha Nivias. Emergency Preparedness Commissioner Rick Hunter, Deputy Commissioner Dorothea Southwick. Handicap Discrimination Commissioner Natasha Nivias and Deputy Commissioner Thomas Tremblay. Town Policy Commissioner Dorothea Southwick, Deputy Commissioner Thomas Tremblay. Landfill Commissioner Thomas Tremblay, Deputy Commissioner Natasha Nivias. Board of Assessment Liaison Rick Hunter, Deputy Board of Assessment Liaison Natasha Nivias. Marketing Commissioner Jason Bory, Deputy Commissioner Dorothea Southwick. Personnel Commissioner Thomas Tremblay, Deputy Commissioner Rick Hunter. Zoning Board Liaison Jason Bory, Planning Board Liaison Dorothea Southwick. Land Bank Trust Liaison Jason Bory. Harassment Officer Sarah Gagnon. Fixed Assets Record Clerk Sarah Gagnon. Cable Franchise Commissioner Rick Hunter. Dog Control Officer Jody Perrier, excuse me. Fire District Liaison Rick Hunter. Safety Officers Chris Matat and Thomas Tremblay. Parks, Recreation and Youth Programs Commissioner Dorothea Southwick, Deputy Commissioner Natasha Nivias. Shared Services Commissioner Dorothea Southwick, Deputy Commissioner Jason Bory. Town Historian Calvin Castine. Motion to accept these appointments by,
I'll make a motion.
thank you, and seconded by,
I'll second that.
thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Excuse me. Board designations. Official newspaper. The Press Republic in Plattsburgh, New York, be and is hereby designated the official newspapers of the Town of Champlain during the year January 13th, 2026 through January 12th, 2027. Motion to approve this designation.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Seconded by,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any discussion
I was thinking about this the other night.
before we go further?
Before we go further, I know that we've always used the Press Republican, but it doesn't get out to everyone. And the Sun does,
Yeah, I
or it
know,
doesn't.
but the Sun is only a weekly paper, so
Oh,
we
so
can't
we
use
need,
it.
that's, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay. Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Town of Champlain meeting schedule. The second Tuesday night of each month be and hereby designated as the official meeting night of the town board during the year January 13th, 2026 through January 12th, 2027, and the time be at 7 p.m. at the town office, 10729 Route 9, Champlain, New York. Further, a copy of said resolution be forwarded to the news media and others having an interest in said meetings, and requesting copies thereof, thereby notifying the public as required by law and in meeting the obligations of the Freedom of Information Act. Also, that said meeting dates be posted in one conspicuous place in the town as required by law. Motion to approve this designation.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The 2027 Town of Champlain Organizational Meeting, the annual organizational meeting set for the 2027 official year and for the various appointments and committees, be and is hereby scheduled for January 12th, 2027, and the time be at 7 p.m. at the town office, 10729 Route 9, Champlain, New York. Motion to approve this designation.
I'll make that motion as read.
Thank you. Seconded by?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Zoning Board of Appeals meeting schedule. The third Thursday night of each month be and hereby designated as the official meeting night of the zoning board during the year January 15th, 2026 through January 21st, 2027, and the time be at 5:30 p.m. at the town office, 10729 Route 9, Champlain, New York. Further, a copy of said resolution be forwarded to the news media and others having an interest in said meetings and requesting copies thereof, thereby notifying the public as required by law and in meeting the obligations of the Freedom of Information Act. Also, that said meeting dates be posted in one conspicuous place in the town as required by law. Motion to approve this designation?
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Second, please.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Zoning Board appointments. Chairperson, Kevin Hicks. Vice Chairperson, Michael Tatro Jr. Board members, Tracy DeCos, Bruce Wallet, Cody Seymour. Alternate board member, Shane Brick. Motion to approve appointments.
I'll make that motion as read.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Planning Board meeting schedule. The first Thursday night of each month be and hereby designated as the official meeting night of the Planning Board during the year January 8th, 2026 through January 7th, 2027. And the time be at 5:30 p.m. at the town office, 10729 Route 9, Champlain, New York. Further, a copy of said resolution be forwarded to the news media and others having an interest in said meetings, and requesting copies thereof, thereby notifying the public as required by law and in meeting the obligations of the Freedom of Information Act. Also, that said meeting dates be posted in one conspicuous place in the town as required by law. Motion to approve this designation.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Planning Board appointments. Chairperson, Jared Cohn. Vice Chairperson, Julie Orr. Board members, Linda Armstrong, Carrie McComb, and Karen Thone. Motion to approve appointments.
Make a motion to approve as read.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Town of Champlain policies. The town board reviewed the following town policies: employee handbook, conflict of interest, code of ethics, sexual harassment, drug-free workplace, procurement, alcohol and drug, safety and health, investment, disaster response, hazardous material response, hazardous communication, water and wastewater application and permit, water and wastewater schedule of estimated charges rendered, and credit card. 2 notes: the procurement revisions are required will be addressed by a separate resolution. Dorothy and I are aware of this, and we are working on it. And again, the investment, same. Revisions required and will be addressed by a separate resolution. Motion to approve town policies.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This is Town of Champlain contracts and shared services agreements. Contract and agreement term and expired date. This is for the board to have, reviewed this and be aware of their expiry dates and whether or not they need any type of revisions, similar to the policies. Our youth agreement, it's a 3-year term. Tentative expiry date of 12/31/28, because it's currently being addressed page 4 with expectations of approval this month. And same with the code enforcement, that term is annually. It's tentative for 12/31/26, it has been signed by the other 2 boards. Champlain Moore's EMS annually, 12/31/2026. Chief CEO agreement annually, again 12/31/2026. Dog control officer is annually 12/31/2026. North Country Golf Club annual review 12. So it's supposed to be somewhere else. It's annually 12/31/25. Tentatively 12/31/26. As you know, we both approved them tonight. The IMA with the Champlain Village Fire Department, that's the one that should say annual review, so that's gotta be corrected. That's why I stumbled on number 6. My bad, I missed that. That is reviewed annually, there's no expiration date. Then the IMA with the Village of Champlain for water, it's a 28-year term, expiring November 25th, 2047. And the IMA, the Village of Rouse's Point for sewer, 35-year term, expiring October 15th, 2060. Motion to approve town agreements and contracts by?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Rick.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Is the 28 years correct for that, on number 8?
I think it's less than that.
It seems like that's high.
That's what I got off my,
Really?
my copy of that. I mean, that
What was it originally? When it first
30.
began, 32?
30 or 32.
Okay, so then it could be right.
This was from the latest revision.
Okay.
Okay. Because I questioned that too when I
Yeah,
read it
from that revision after you guys and I worked on it,
in 19.
that ended up with a 28-year left on a term for that document. I don't remember if the original was 32. Might have been.
I don't know, I'll have to go back and look. Maybe that one.
But I've got a copy of it. Are we okay to move forward with that?
If for some reason that is incorrect, can we go
Right.
back and amend that?
Yeah. we
Okay.
can-
Correct.
we can go
That's,
back on
all
that.
right, then that's fine, yes.
So motion to approve? Rick already gave the motion.
Already made the
Did I
motion.
have
I
a
did
second?
a second.
And you did a
Yeah.
second, or just discussion? Okay. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, and we will double check that for you, Jason, and if we're wrong, we'll do a resolution next meeting. Annual resolutions. Resolution number 1 for official bank depositories. Whereas the town board has determined that town law article, what was that, 17, depositories and investments, subsection 4-65, statutory requirement, designation. General municipal law, subsection 10, requires local governments to designate one or more banks or trust companies for the deposit of public funds. Now therefore be it resolved, section 1, that the town board designates the following institutions as depositories of all monies received by the town clerk and tax collector during the year January 13, 2026 through January 12, 2027. Be Champlain National Bank, Champlain Branch Office. Section 2, that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 1 as read and printed.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2 for mileage reimbursement. Whereas the town board is determined to pay a fixed rate for mileage as reimbursement to officers and employees of the town who use their personal automobiles while performing their official duties on behalf of the town. Now therefore be it resolved, section 1, that the town board shall approve reimbursement to such officers and employees at the IRS standard mileage rate for 2026. Section 2, that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Motion to approve said resolution is written.
I'll make that motion, resolution number 2 for mileage reimbursement.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 3 for salaries for 2026. Whereas the town board has set the annual salaries and pay periods for elected and appointed officials and employees of the town as follows. Supervisor, $21,171.40, pay period monthly. Council members, $6,714.58 monthly. Superintendent of Highways, under elected position, $21,737.68 weekly. Under full-time working position, $50,346.08 weekly. Town clerk and tax collector, $33,720.26 weekly. Additional duties of the clerk, $9,775.52 for water and sewer clerk, which is weekly, and $12,932.57 for planning and zoning clerk weekly. Justices, $38,551.77 each weekly. Marriage officer, $1,000 annually. Youth director, $10,656.40 monthly. Board of Assessment and Review, $1,500 total, which means $300 each annually. Codes and Zoning Officer, $48,647 weekly. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board shall approve said salaries and pay periods for such officers and employees as written. In section 2, that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Motion to approve said resolution.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution number 3 for salaries for 2026 as printed.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Okay. No discussions, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 4 for financials for 2026. Whereas in lieu of filing the town's financial report by the supervisor with the New York State Audit and Control, he is authorized instead to file a copy of his annual report given to the State Comptroller's Office within 60 days of the close of the fiscal year. And further, he forward a copy of the proof of publication of said report in the official town newspaper when filing with the said Audit and Control. Now therefore be it resolved, section 1, that the town board shall approve financial resolution as written, and section 2, that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Motion to approve said resolution as written.
I'll make that motion to approve resolution number 4 as written.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 5 for official electrical inspection services. Whereas the town board designates 4 electrical contractors as approved electrical inspection services to be used for building permits and code compliance. Now therefore be it resolved, excuse me, where's my papers? Section 1, that the town board designates the following electrical contractors as the official electrical inspection service contractors during the year January 13th, 2026 through January 12th, 2027. Corey Boyer from the Technical Group Incorporated. Scott Decker from Commonwealth Electrical Inspection Services. David Smith from the Inspector LLC. And Jacques Leduc, I believe that's spelled wrong, correct that. Jacques Leduc from the Inspector LLC.
That's a really good name.
Yep, that should be Jacques. Section 2, that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Motion to approve said resolution as written.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Not, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. What number was that?
5, and relates to resolution 56.
Okay. Thank you. So ends the organizational meeting. So that brings us to communications and general question period. We only have our secretary bookkeeper out there. Do you have anything?
No, sir.
Okay.
Our harassment officer. We need to come up with a better name.
Yeah. We should. Okay. Alan, I know you get up as early as I do earlier. Do you want to jump ahead to your report?
I don't have much to say, but there's falling snowstorms every day.
No, because I don't need to keep you here to the end if you don't have
But
to.
yeah.
We could be Juneau, Alaska, 23 feet.
It's all right, they can see
Wow.
it. I'm pricing another truck. And the way I was told, it takes 8 to 9 months to get the cab and chassis ready, just to get the truck. But the snow plowing equipment in the box, they're talking better than a year. If I'd order a truck today, I'd probably get the truck itself in November, November, October. But the balance of it, the snow plowing equipment, I probably won't see that till February 27th.
They give you a reason why?
Everything got pushed behind.
I don't know why, really.
I don't know why either.
I'd like to know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why either. It's just like that slusher I ordered, that two-way slusher. Last time I was in New Hampshire, they had a feel in that, different types.
Interesting.
And it's not even made yet. I won't see that till next month. But it's not just this company. It's the other company too that we used to deal with, Viking up in towards Watertown way. They're the same boat. They're making them as they need them.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, they're not,
They're not stocking them, you know.
correct.
So I don't know. I'm just dickering. I just went around the other day, asked for the heck of it, but that's what I got. I told him, as far as the truck ain't bad, you know, we can wait for the equipment. Is it the wrong time you order it now? You won't get it till next February.
Yeah, you have to know what truck you're purchasing before you can order equipment. To fit it, so, yeah, just.
Well, we're working
Yes,
on it. I
yes.
play it by ear, see what else, you know. I just stopped at that one place the other day. I went and got my physical, and I stopped in Plattsburgh there to Western Star. play it by ear. Go from there.
Yeah, so you're going to other quotes and other timelines.
Yeah, that way there gives us a chance with the finance.
Okay. Sand
That's
pile-
about all I got, and the sand's going down.
I was gonna say, sand pile holding up?
We're about halfway through,
You are?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
It snows.
halfway through,
It had been snowing every day,
yeah.
a couple inches here, a couple inches there.
You count the rafters in the building and we're halfway. Hey, it's been pretty steady there. You think, like yesterday morning, even this morning, I mean, it was much air, but we still had to go out. I mean, it was slipperier enough, there was school buses and stuff, so. Take 5 trucks, 5 loads of sand. And you get a foot of snow, still 5 loads of sand.
So, projection wise, if, let's say poor weather pushes out to the beginning of April, first week, middle of the second week of April, where do you think we'll be?
I don't know,
And where do we get our sand?
well, we got sand pits in more sports, but,
Can you access them?
yeah, if we had to, yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, it never goes that far. I mean, it starts warming up there in the end of February, March, and, you know, the same snowstorm we get now, when you get the same one in March, you're only gonna go by once, rather than going by twice, you know, right now,
There's the temperature.
the temperature
Yeah.
makes a big difference. Days are longer, the sun is stronger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So anyways, the truck that he's looking at is to replace the 2015, is it?
15.
Yeah, 2015, that's the next one in line. That's slightly over a 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Alan?
No, that's it for now.
Well, thank you for being here. And like
Are
I
you
said-
kicking me out?
No, I'm not, but I'm
No?
allowing you, if you wanna leave, you can.
No, that's all right. I'll stay to the end.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
All right, and supervisor report. Good evening, and happy new year to all of you. First and foremost, congratulations to our newly installed elected officials. Now the election is over, as always, we set policies aside, work together as a team to accomplish our goals as stated in our mission statement, to help develop community and work to foster economic growth. TDC recently announced the awardees of the Best Booth Competition at Manufacturing Day 2025. Congratulations go to a group of high school students from Northeastern Clinton Central School who worked with the local team at Michelin to design the wing display at the Manufacturing Day event. Each student that participated in the Michelin booth were awarded $500 that can be used for tuition and fees associated with courses through Clinton Community College. Congratulations to the following students: Ben Brenahan,
Bresnahan.
oh, I can't have it spelled right. Bresnahan?
Bresnahan.
Okay, almost having this spelled, sorry. Elias Carpenter, Kays Carpenter, Kevin Castine, Carter Garso, Seth Rabideau, Otis Reed, and Noah Seller. And also congrats to their school supervisor, Nicholas Trombley, a physics teacher at NCCS. As previously stated, I have reserved a table at North Country Chamber of Commerce's annual dinner again this year. This is primarily for members of each of the village and town boards to attend. I hope to see many of our board members at the table. It is always a great evening and it's a pleasure to be there to witness the various awards presented at our area businesses. And by the way, the table is full. So we are good. Report on projects. Our Eat Smart Waste Less Food Waste program, to date, since we started this in May of this year, we along with the Village of Champlain have collected just shy of 1 ton of food waste. Please consider joining in, as it's a great program that will help reduce the amount of methane gases in our landfills and create compost for our farmers. Additionally, the Clinton County Health Department and the CET organization is looking to work with our area restaurants to save energy and reduce food waste. There was an informal presentation held here this morning to roll this program out. Complete information on both of these programs can be found on our website. The Next Trex Plastics Program. Again, thank you to all who've been donating plastics to be recycled for this project, and thank you to Price Chopper Market 32 for sponsoring this. To date, since we've started in 2023, we've collected over 7,000 pounds of plastic. And I want to thank all of our partners, Northern Tier Senior Housing, Champlain, Rouse's Point, Kiwanis, and Derringers, CTG, Champlain EMS, and currently the Champlain Fire District. Our comprehensive plan revision, the draft comprehensive plan is posted on our website and available at Town Clerk's office, and the completion of the seeker and the adoption of the final plan has been done. It was on tonight's agenda. It's supposed to be ahead of it. Miramar properties. The 19 acres with the mall and the adjoining 7.5 acres, we're being told by property owners, attorneys, they are under contract with a buyer this November, and they hope to close in February. They are under contract. They have provided me a copy of it. It's a real estate holding company. I don't know what that means for the future. I hope to find out by the time they close. 22 acres submitted for housing. I'm not sure if this particular buyer developer has interest in this property as well, or for housing. Again, I hope to learn more soon. The Bob Vin Community Park, the pickleball courts, the surface coating and installation of the nets will be taking place as weather permits in the spring. I learned this today, so I'll probably have to re-rate this, Julie, before I give this to you to go in. I had originally said we were awaiting announcements. The announcements came out. I just received them today. We did not get the Environmental Protection Fund grant that we applied for. So we are moving forward, looking at other grant opportunities to help us progress with phase 2. And bummer. The Bob Venn Community Park electricity project, CTG has set the pole for the camera and has dug the trenches for the conduit. The electrician has done his installation. The work for that was donated by CTG, and we are indebted to this local company for their generous community service. Thank you, CTG. And now the electrical work is completed and past inspection, we are waiting for NICEAG to schedule next. I believe they're waiting for New York State DOT's approval to go across the road. And once that is hooked up, then layer 8 will complete the security camera installations. The Great Shazy River Project, LCLGRP has submitted the grant application to New York State Department of State for a local waterfront revitalization program, LWRP. Again, this announcement should be any time. It has been through regional review, it's now with the state. The announcement hopefully will be sometime this month. I will update when more information is available. Clinton County Health Department complete streets. There's a few items left to be done that will be completed this summer. The crosswalk at Church Street and South, the removal of shared road markings on Prospect Street, which Alan's planning on paving half of that road to begin with. So we'll be replacing some new shared road markings along the trail on Prospect, and installation of no parking signs for Pears Mills Park. Elm Street Culvert Project, Stantec is currently developing design alternatives and preliminary plans. We have received the preliminary draft of the initial proposal and final design report last month for a review. And we are working through a possible gap in that funding. I drafted that letter. I should have it done. I've got it like 3/4 done, and I'll get it to you probably tomorrow sometime, and move that forward. I've got here that we're hopeful to be under construction summer of '26, but it's very likely it will not go out to bid until September, so the work will probably not start until spring of 2027. Sewer District 7 project, the IMA has been approved, signed, and delivered to the funding agency. And Barton and Legitius are currently drafting the development, design, and preliminary plans for construction. I know they're still out there, doing, with staff, looking at, easements, et cetera, so you can expect to see the firm about throughout the year. And public announcements, please visit our website and Facebook page for information on events going on around the town. The town is continually seeking to appoint more alternates to the zoning board of appeals and planning board. Please consider serving the town in this capacity, as we need talented citizens of this township to become involved and assist us in moving forward. Please contact me for details if you're interested in being on either board. Please feel free to stop in. I'll be happy to discuss the town's projects and objectives with you. And also, as always, thank you to all veterans and active military men and women for your service. Also, thank you to all first responders, both paid and volunteer, of our EMS and fire departments, and our police officers for your dedication to your community. Thank you.
I have a question. What grant did you say fell through? That one applied for?
Yeah. I don't want to misspeak it. Where are you? Oh, up front. Really not.
Before you did Elm Street and before you did the sewer
It
project?
was right after the Bob Van
Yeah,
Park thing.
that's after about that.
Yeah, here's electricity,
Was it the
pickleball
environmental?
courts.
I thought it was environmental.
It
but
is.
I didn't know which.
It is with the EPA, but how come I can't find it? Be Smart, extract, program projects, Miramar, pickleball courts. Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
The second bullet. It was from the Environmental Protection Fund grant. It was part of the Parks Preservation and Heritage, so Office of Parks, Recreation and Heritage. Yeah, if you go on, you'll see
Okay.
where it went.
Did they give you any reason as to why we were denied?
No, I have not even received a letter from them or an email. I found out from Mr. Scott Allen today when I was talking to him.
And that was grant monies that we were gonna use for
Completing the parking lot,
the fencing.
sidewalks.
Okay.
So we're gonna reapply. There's several other
There was the other one
opportunities
you-
that popped up that I've shared. I shared with them, and we met today. We'll be meeting again probably next week to go over details on which ones we're going to apply for.
Will they give us reasons why, so it'll help us through it, or they don't give us reasons why?
Scott was going to see if he could if they would, give him the other applications to find out where the strengths were. But it's somewhat political. We just weren't in the round this time.
Are those annual?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So yeah, it was disappointing, without a doubt. Reports from the council members. Councilmember Southwood, would you like to start, please?
Sure. The planning board did not meet on January 8th, as there were no items on the agenda. The next meeting is scheduled for February 5th at 5:30 here at the town office, should there be items to review. Youth basketball is currently underway. If you need information, please refer to the town webpage under youth recreation. Adult lap swimming and water aerobics program is available to adults on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please feel free to call me at 518-578-8598. It's a great way to exercise all year round, but especially in the winter months when you can't get out. The Association of Towns was kindly forwarded information that we can use to revise and update our investment and procurement policies. A meeting is currently scheduled between Tom and myself to complete this task. And 4 of our new town signs have been modified to correct a spelling error, but not in time to beat the earlier than usual frozen ground. I will be contacting our vendor to provide quotes and proofs for the remaining. 2026 budgeted signs
Yeah.
for completion early to give our highway department ample time to complete installation.
Now you get to do all 8 of them at once.
Yes, boom, boom, boom. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Councilmember Bory.
Sure. All right, so we'll start with the ZBA. You have the minutes, they're in your packet. They held a meeting on December 18th, right here at the town office at 5:30. They did have a public hearing, there was discussion, and ultimately, after that, the board voted to approve the, it was what, an area variance, the application. So, there was no other business before the board. They did make some selection changes in terms of appointment to chair and vice chair. You heard those appointments by the supervisor read earlier. This part I don't know. Julie, is there business before the board coming up for
No.
January? So there's no meeting scheduled for January. So there's no business before the board for the ZBA for January, so there is no meeting scheduled. The next potential one would be in February. That would be February 19th at 5:30 if there is business before the zoning board. Next, we'll move on to marketing. You were given a packet, this just came out today. This was our quarterly report for the end of 2025, the final quarter. If you want to go ahead and review this with me real quick. You can see here, they're breaking down their push with how many users, the number of views, sessions that people are engaging with. And you can see where they're targeting. Obviously, this has been the key. They're hitting the greater Montreal area. So those users from Montreal, and the new versus returning, you can see new sessions with people showing up on our on our website, which is pretty good. So that's what this first part's all about. You can see the different pages that people are hitting. The About page gets some of the most hits, and the Home page gets some of the most hits. And then they have the breakdown of the others. Still pretty good, some of these numbers in terms of the people that are hitting those pages. And just note that there are a few notes, just that slash is the home page. And some of the other notes that if it's not set, which was number 2, that means there was no shared location, which you can do that as a privacy thing on your phone to not have your location be tracked. And the same thing with number 3. If it's not set, that means it's not identified as whether they were a new or returning one. It just showed as somebody was there. And you'll see here that a good bounce rate is 45 to 60% with the new G4 and the AI benchmarks. So there's been a big jump with bounce rate. They feel like our site's moving, they moved it to a new server at the end of December, and they're figuring that this is gonna help with some of that bot traffic that they're, I guess, trying to avoid. They've also made some adjustments to their Google campaign, and they're gonna continue to monitor, and I'll get to that in a second. That was the last page, some of the changes that they're making there due to I guess new requirements or some of the blocks because of where they were targeting. All right, so you can see where people are getting their connections from, mostly through Google, but that makes sense because that's who they're pushing through. So others would be just simply directly coming to the page, and then if they're using other places like Facebook or Bing as a search, a few others, of course they're very minimal compared to Google. And then it shows you the type of device and how people are using it. Most people are using their phones, and that has not really changed. That's been the using the mobile version versus the desktop. And then the Facebook and metadata, you can see here the number of posts. They showed us the most engagements, the top posts that they had pushed out during this last 3 months of the year, including one with the golf course, and the one that was talking about snowmobiling. That was the big one there. And their engagement rate, so if you look at the no industry standards for a good engagement for Facebook, is anything above 1%, and you can see that we're over that, we're at 5%, so that's pretty good. And, you know, Sarah does a lot of the Facebook posting that's outside of the specifically the marketing, and I think she would agree that we get pretty good traffic. There's engagement with the posts, people are either liking, sharing, and in some cases we get comments. You can kind of really tell the ones that get targeted to our Canadian friends, because those seem to have the most engagements with a lot of the comments. They're not all positive, but they are still engaging, and it keeps the post. See, when you're engaging with the post, whether it's negative or positive, it keeps the post active, and it keeps it in people's feeds, and which is helpful. So regardless of the interaction, it's keeping us in the social media feeds, which is what we want.
That's in the loop.
And then you can see here the last one, kind of taking us down the, down the path of those impressions of the ads and the clicks, people that are engaging with it. I think they would try to, I would say, hopefully tell us that if something wasn't going in the direction that they wanted to, that they would shift gears. So I would assume that they're relatively pleased with this, but I can always follow up with that if there's any questions. And you can see that their targeted range is here in Quebec. So the last thing would be, they've had to make some adjustments to their, the campaign that they've been using through Google. And it doesn't allow them to run their investment campaigns through Canada. They've tried to appeal that several times, but they've had all of them denied. So they're trying to combine their campaigns. I have to ask what that is.
Thank you, because I was gonna ask you.
I'm not sure what
It says here combine the two together, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I have to double check what that exactly is, to find out what that combination is, so I can best answer that. But are there any other questions? So that's the one that I have.
That's the one I have.
And I wanna ask them what their personal goals are for I know we want our goals, but I wanna know what their goals are for us.
Okay.
They obviously must have some target, some idea of what they're looking for, so I'd like to find out what their goals are. So.
As all in all, we're still holding a large percentages in all the categories, so.
Yeah, and I asked if there's any way we can find out if the work that we've been doing had any influence on Amazon, and Aaron was gonna try to figure that out. He was gonna try to see if he could make some.
Which I'm sure is difficult.
Make some connections to see if there is a connection there, so. Anyway, so there you go.
Okay, very positive, thank you.
I guess on the other thing of the marketing, we need to get together and determine what we want for our next batch of,
People.
Yes.
our short list, and communicate that. Plus any goals that we have, I need to communicate that with Boyer Benner.
Yeah, so
So
we need to.
our personal goals that we wanna see for the year.
Just a thought on this, Jason and Dorothea. As we look at our small rural area, when businesses look at economic development and whether or not they want to move into an area, one of the things that they look at is schools. We haven't done anything with that educational component. That might be something you want to kind of look at, because we're not going to get economic development until they believe that we've got an economic workforce that in fact can actually take on those jobs.
Well, that and the same thing with one houses, bringing families in.
Yeah, but you're gonna have that first, that's a
Good
big
point.
piece.
That's a good point, thank you.
So along that line is, I'm gonna read between the lines here, it would be a recommendation that maybe one of our business testimonials is The superintendent is somebody that
I
gets interviewed?
don't know if I do
or-
superintendent. I would ask if, go through the superintendent. I would look at it in terms of maybe building principals and some of the accolades and the kudos. What are they doing? What are the projects? What are the things that, you know, can
Okay.
kind of appeal to parents? If you were looking to move into an area, what would you look for?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, put yourself in the
Educational
shoes of.
courses that are available,
Correct, yeah.
Gotcha.
who's in charge of CVTAS,
Yeah,
That's
that's
a good
exactly what, yeah, exactly what I'm thinking, yeah, yeah.
technical stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Davies,
Mark
ICV,
Davies.
at CVES, yeah.
Alright, so we got that, anything else?
No, I'll get an email out to the two of you with my thoughts on the shorts, but now we know number one, I think we need to, I do agree with it. Thank you.
Do we wanna set a meeting? We don't have to do this right now, but do we wanna set a meeting where we can gather, or?
Yeah, you wanna set it tonight, you mean?
Yeah. And the sooner we put anything on their plate, the better off we'll be in terms of planning, so. It's like anything, there's a delay on this stuff, so.
Do you wanna get together on Monday?
This coming Monday?
That's
I can't make that work, I'm sorry.
Okay, I figured it was in school, we could probably make it
No,
work.
unfortunately, I won't be here.
Okay. No, good date, and it'd have to be an evening then, correct?
Yes.
Tuesday the 27th right now is open on my calendar.
Dorothy,
I'm okay,
you said the 22nd.
27th.
Did you say 27th or 22nd?
27th,
27.
27,
It's Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Whoops, I'm looking at 27. Wrong year.
You're getting good click rate there.
I was checking his dates to make sure they were right.
I couldn't resist.
So the 27th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
6,
Yeah. Right here?
Yep.
All right, all set. Thank you for your time, everybody, on that. Next thing, also, I'll make a note, make sure that we have anybody's goals, make sure we have your goals for that, so we have that for our meeting to discuss, so we can put that all together. Hometown Heroes, it is 2026, so the new season is open. We are accepting applications for anybody that would like a Hometown Heroes banner. This would include if you have never had a banner before and you would like a banner. This also includes people who have retired banners and would like to take another banner, or if you're gonna be in your banner will be retired this year and you'd like to replace it. Or if you currently have a banner and would like a second one, that is also possible as well. So please reach out to Sarah here at the town office. Feel free to also check out our Hometown Heroes information on our website.
Can I ask a question about the banners?
Sure.
I've had people ask me before if they have to be a resident of Champlain to put a banner up.
No,
Like if somebody had moved here but their family member served in a different state, can they bring them here?
No, I think the only requirement, correct me Sarah if I'm wrong, but our only requirement was that they're connected to Champlain in some way, whether they used to live here or
Graduated.
their family is here, or there is a connection somehow to the town. Yes, that is something that is not a problem.
is that criteria on the phone?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And the form is on the website.
Yeah.
Under the Hometown Hero banner.
I think the last is just a couple of community things. The Rouse's Point Stars and Stripes on the Lake Independence Day Celebration Committee is holding a chicken and biscuit dinner fundraiser on Friday, January 16th. That would be, as the time of the taping of this coming Friday, from 4 to 7:30 at the American Legion. Post 912 in Rouse's Point. It's $13 a plate. You can eat in or get takeout, and there'll be raffles held throughout the evening. This is to help raise money for the America 250 Rouse's Point 4th of July celebration this coming June. So that's again on January 16th, $13 a plate, chicken and biscuit fundraiser dinner. There'll be a town hall meeting with Assemblyman Michael Cashman on Thursday, January 15th, from 6 to 7 here at the new Champlain Fire Station. That's at 1106 Route 9, right here in Champlain. He's holding various meetings throughout his district to get, I guess, feedback from the constituents going into the 2026 legislative session. So he'll be right here in the town of Champlain in just a couple of days at the time of this taping. That's Thursday, January 15th, from 6 to 7.
Opportunity to talk to your assemblyman.
Absolutely.
And let's throw out a number. If you want to contact Assemblyman Cashman, you can find him at 518-562-1986.
That's good. And the last thing is North Country Youth Hockey is going to be holding a fundraiser benefit on Friday, January 23rd at the Gold Room at the Rainbow Wedding and Banquet Hall. The doors open at 5, dinner is served at 5:30. You get your choice of either stuffed chicken or roast beef. And then there's going to be a comedy show at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $65 a person. You can buy your tickets in advance they have a barcode, a QR code on their posters, or I believe you can just reach right out to them through their Facebook page, North Country Youth Hockey, as they're raising money for their Completely Stranded. So,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway. Raise money for the kids, so it's a good cause. Anyway, so ends the report. Oh, I should say one thing, and Alan mentioned this, we have had a lot of snow, the plows are out, don't crowd the plow. New York State DOT pushes that message out at least once a week, and that goes for our local guys. Our highway crew works really hard. Those are sometimes strenuous, long hours during those snowstorms, or they're out super early in order to make sure that the buses can get to where they need to go, or it's in the middle of the day, or it's in the middle of the night. So don't crowd the plow, give them some space, and when you see them driving by, give them a wave, let them know that you appreciate everything that they do, and thanks to our highway department for their hard work during the winter months.
Thank you for that, yes. Ditto. Thank you, Councilmember Bory. Councilmember Hunter.
Okay, we'll start off with the Champlain Fire Department. I received an email in terms of an operational update for January of 2026. First of all, they are proud to announce that they are the recipient of a $20,000 award for the 2025-2026 Recruitment and Retention Grant Program. This funding will be used to install an electronic sign in front of the new fire station to display recruitment and retention messaging, along with public service announcements for the community. Number 2, Champlain Fire Department and Niagara Hose Company Number 1 held their annual elections for 2026. The town would like to congratulate each of those officers that were selected to serve and lead in service to our community. As noted, Councilman Bory indicated about Assemblyman Michael Cashman. Again, I'm going to add just one more piece to that, and that is you can contact Assemblyman Cashman by the email address cashassembly@nyassembly.gov. Rouse's Point Fire Department, nothing to report. They held their meeting last night. Michael Ballon did not get back to me with any pertinent information for reporting. The Village of Rouse's Point, All Village of Rouse's Point residents were notified in their recent January utility bills that a special virtual presentation will be made by an auditor by the name of William Freytag. He is a CPA, and he will be making that on January 20th at the upcoming Village of Rouse's Point's board meeting regarding the electric rate study that has been conducted, its purpose, and its general findings to date. Auditors recommended a rate study be done by the Village of Rouse's Point. It was a $22,000 study, of which the village was reimbursed only $10,000. And currently the village rates are being reviewed by the New York Public Service Commission. All residents are recommended to attend. Upcoming village board meetings, first of all, Tuesday, January 20th, as I just mentioned, where you will be able to see the auditor virtually. And again on Monday, February 2nd at Halsted Hall. All village monthly meetings are the first and the third Mondays of each month, and they begin promptly at 7 o'clock. You get there at 7:05, the door's shut. Please check the Rouse's Point ny.com calendar for any possible changes. Village offices in Rouse's Point Dodge Memorial Library will be closed in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day on January 19th. Village office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 through 4 o'clock. The Village of Rouse's Point will hold upcoming public skating. They just held public skating on January 10th and January 11th. So there are no new dates that are out right now, but please check the Village of Rouse's Point's website. Go out to the recreation. You will find that public skating is $2, stick and puck is $5, or you can actually call the rink at 518-297-5502, extension 311. They also provide skate sharpening as well as skate rentals. I want to continue to reinforce, only because I've driven around the village a couple of times in Rouse's Point and noticed that there are some vehicles that are still parking during inappropriate times. There is a parking ban that is in effect from December 1st through March 31st of 2026. And during that period, on-street parking is prohibited between 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. to allow for normal snow removal. Rouse's Point Dodge Memorial Library, just a few notes here. Friends Board of Directors meeting. They've got an upcoming meeting on January 21st at 5:30 p.m. in the Ross Nonfiction Room, again open to the public. The Library Board of Trustees meets the second Wednesday of the month at 5:15 in the Ross Nonfiction Room, and their next meeting is tomorrow, January 14th. Again, all meetings are open to the public. Library Book Club, they will meet on Wednesday, January 28th at 7 p.m. There are no notices for Charter Communications at this time. There's nothing to report for EDU Appeals Board at this time, but I do want to make that continued announcement that we started last month. As we are dealing with cold weather, please keep an eye in your community on your elderly residents that are nearby. Please check on them and make sure that they are okay. Thank you.
Very good thought, thank you. Councilmember Nevius, do you have anything
I have
you'd like to
nothing
add?
to report.
No, my plate certainly don't, but I don't know if you want to add anything or not. Shoot.
No.
No? Okay, thank you.
Welcome to the party.
Thank you.
Welcome to the party.
We just want to tell the residents that the town of Champlain is open for Martin Luther King Day. We have given the employees an additional day at Memorial Day due to tax season and snow and stuff like that.
Snow
So
removal, yeah.
the town of Champlain is open for Martin Luther King Day.
Thank you for that, good point. I had that in my report. Okay, report from the town clerk. I'll have a copy.
You have a copy of my report that reads it, please.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the town clerk's monthly report for the December 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Total local shares emitted $189.96. Total state, county, and local revenues, $471. And total non-local revenues are $281. So those two add up to a total of $471. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. You're welcome. Anything else?
Just that's tax season.
AKA slow season. Yep. Julia's here daily.
Oh, here it is.
Accepting your money. Okay. Review of the post audit bills, also known as the abstract. Again, it's been provided. Does anybody have any questions on that document before we move forward? That one does not need approval. Okay, move on to the monthly bills. Need a motion to approve as presented and go to discussion if we need to.
With conditions.
Yeah, we do have additionals, so the bill report total was $169,068.29. We have a total for the added bills, which is $29,922.36, for a grand total of $198,990.65. And the additionals were primarily disability insurance, quarterly water billing, legal notices, and stationery, AOT's dues, and one small truck part for highway. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the bills as reported.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussions? The only thing I would add is, if you, maybe you realize it, but on the front page, the Commonwealth at Bob M. Park, that's electrical inspection. If there's no further discussion, are we ready for roll call? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Southwick? Aye. Councilmember Maury?
Aye.
Councilmember Hunter?
Aye.
Councilmember Megadis?
Aye.
And Supervisor Trombley?
Aye. Carries, thank you. You also have the, next is the code enforcement officer's report. Again, this is for your review. If you have any questions, let me know. I can, if I can't answer them, I can get the answer for you, as always.
A busy boy?
Yeah, I know, this is it's constant, isn't it? Road inspections. Okay, any questions? We'll move on. We've already had our report from our highway superintendent. From the correspondence, we have the zoning board minutes. the number we've already spoke of. And we've also, you should have a copy of the December call report that came in late, so it's not on the agenda for EMS. And as you can see, the 2025 yearly totals, there was, under primary dispatch, it was 775 calls to Champlain, 511 for Moores, and 296 for Village of Rouse's Point. And of course, Champlain and the town and the village are lumped into one. And their average time for the year was 2.29 minutes. That's the time from the call coming in from dispatch, so they're hitting the roadway. That's pretty awesome.
And Corey was at the Village of Rouse's Point's first monthly meeting, and he kind of reported on the actual EMS and any questions people had on the funding. And he said, on average, the arrival on site is approximately between 9 and 10 minutes, so.
Depending on where within the area, the two townships. That's awesome. Okay. That brings us to new business, which we've started. So that brings us to item number 4. We completed the first 3. And that is the review / approval for court security with Brooks Investigations, LLC. And I have a resolution number 9 entered into that agreement with them. Before we go to resolution 9, do you have any questions on the proposal at all? No? Okay. So resolution number 9 of 2026, to enter an agreement with Brooks Investigations LLC for court security. Whereas the town of Champlain received a letter dated August 14th, 2025 from the Clinton County District Attorney, Andrew J. Wiley, who proposed that each town that does not currently provide courtroom security for the justice courts consider approving payment for security officers, possibly to the Clinton County Sheriff's Office. And whereas the town supervisor consulted with the justices in the town court regarding this request and determined that there is a need for added security for the safety of the people. And whereas the Clinton County legislature was also consulted to determine if county-wide security could be provided by the Clinton County Sheriff's Office and if it could possibly be funded by the county. And whereas it was ultimately determined that the Clinton County Sheriff's Office does not have adequate staff to provide this service and it would not be funded to Clinton County, therefore each town would be required to provide funds to acquire professional services for courtroom security in their justice courts. And therefore be it resolved that the Town of Champlain Board authorizes the town supervisor to enter into an agreement with Brooks Investigation LLC to provide courtroom security for the 36 regularly scheduled district attorney court sessions held in the Town of Champlain Justice Court at a projected cost of $11,520 annually. And now therefore be it further resolved that a roll call vote is carried to approve said resolution, and a copy of this resolution is to be given to the secretary of the board. My mouth's getting tired. Motion to approve as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 9 as read by the supervisor.
Thank you. Do I have a second, please? Have I a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thanks. Any discussion?
I remember the conversation we had about this. Was this the most cost-effective version, or?
And yes, and the only certified and approved version.
Okay.
So we talked, for an example, let's say you wanted to hire a retired policeman or even prison guard, right, that would be qualified to carry a handgun, for an example. If we did that directly, we'd be liable for all liability. If they worked for an agency like this and still did our courts, then the liability falls under the agency. So yes, this is recommended by the attorney as the most effective way to provide us security. And the town of Peru currently uses this same organization. Any other discussion? If not, roll call please.
Councilmember Southwick,
Aye.
Councilmember Bory,
Aye.
Councilmember Hunter,
Aye.
Councilmember Navius,
Aye.
Supervisor Trumbull.
Aye. Thank you, motion carries. Next, we have number 5, approval of the court books. We have a report from Councilmember Hunter, and again, I thank you for your work.
So detailed.
It's so
I'd like to
detailed.
know, I'd like to sit down with you and show me how to do this.
Proprietary. I'm sorry, I won't be able to show you.
It would take more than a few minutes.
Oh, sure.
I sat in here with him one day a little bit, and I'm like, wow.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I tried to streamline it with a form that I sent to everybody in the email. And it kind of aligns with the report that Sarah had sent on December 10th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the report kind of indicates that everything was in pretty good standing, very few small mistakes.
As your summary says, overall monthly
Yeah.
financial record
Yeah,
found to
very
be in good
pleased.
standing.
Yeah, very pleased, so, I think it's good that I also kind of continue to kind of show in terms of comparison from year to year, what these judges are actually turning over to the state comptroller's office. Kind of gives you something to kind of think and chew on also. I do have a question for the supervisor or for the secretary. Have our 2 honorable judges met all of their requirements for 2025?
I know one has, I haven't heard about the other.
Yeah, I'm not positive either. I thought we did, but
Again, I don't know, I know one has, I don't know about the other.
Mr. Chair. Let you know. But thank you again, Rick, and,
Sure. I'd be happy to sit down, Darn. Sure.
It just
Because I won't be here forever, ever either.
boy, if I hire somebody to be that thorough.
Oh, I think you can figure it out.
So we need a motion.
Yes, we need a motion to approve the court books based on the report from our council member.
I'll make a motion to accept the report submitted by Councilmember Hunter on the audit of the court bookkeeping.
I'll be happy to second that.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Thank you.
If not, all in favor of approving? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. I should have grabbed this, you were emailed this, I want to back up and grab this because it was sitting right here.
We're gonna do the water.
We'll look at the
Okay.
water, I'm not closing out yet, I just want to grab this, 'cause it should have been done with the, right after the bills. This is your Elm Street project disbursement approval. It's for $5,187.75 to Stantec for invoice number 3, and First Republican for $70.16. And I believe that was for advertising of their meeting they held here. Total $5,257.91. We need a motion to approve that disbursement.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Elm Street project disbursement number 3 in the amount of $5,257.91.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Have been doing roll call on these?
Remember.
No, I think you just signed it.
I'll do too.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, pass it down that way. Now we need the approval of the water report.
And I just add, it was very helpful to have that, to be able to review, and
Yes.
that was good.
Yep. What to do with your water report? Julie, did I copy your water report? I for some reason don't have it in front of me. I know I have it. I swear I
Right,
did.
you might email, but I don't know when they talking.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was an email I
Yeah, we
reviewed
do,
it.
yeah, we have the digital copy.
Yep, that's where I saw it. So anyway, we need a motion to approve the water report as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the water report as presented by the clerk.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. Any discussion regarding it?
Any changes? That's usually what I ask.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. You guys get a chance to follow me in the email to them, so we'll expect to hear from them next year.
Oh, did she follow up with you?
Yeah, yes, we can discuss it. So in regards to JCO's request, I had a conversation with her today explaining why we can't, in the second week of January, make a change. Not only is it budgeted, but taxes have already gone out. That allocation has already been sent to everyone within the township, including the villages. So if we were to squeeze extra money from anywhere, it'd be on us. So she was good with that. I also forewarned her that, she needs to be here by September requesting these things. And I asked respectfully if she could do this in stages instead of one lump jump, because she'll push us over the tax cap. Apparently, we should expect monthly reports, so we can see the numbers. I told her that would be very welcomed, and that's where we're at. So apparently, there's a need for more hours, and the new person, it's a change of employees. The new employee is willing to do more hours. The other person was fine with where they were at and not want to work additional.
Does she not want to work additional, or was there not enough work?
No, according to the conversation today, there has been enough need, but she didn't want to put the extra hours, that she didn't want to stay where she was, which is fine, because it would have stayed there under contract anyways. Unless they brought it to us at budget time. Their contract comes due at the end of December, so, if they're gonna be making major changes, we need to know before October, so we can consider it and work on it into the budget.
Well,
I made that comment to Dorothea that I don't remember anything coming across the desk as a request for any changes to, usually we get something, but nothing came through, so it was assumed that whatever they were gonna get was,
Oh, yeah, no,
they were gonna be fine with it.
Right, when she sent, at budget time, sent her letter out with her, request for the amount of salary, it was, you know, a nominal 3 or 4% increase, and they just agreed to it, and put it in the budget.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember that even being a talking point,
No, it wasn't.
so,
Yeah.
so it was a little shocking to see that, and a little too late.
A little too late.
And just for the public's knowledge, our current contract with JCO is an annual agreement. There's 2 payments throughout the year. The first one is by the end of January in the amount of $11,568.96. And then a similar amount, same amount, will be paid by the beginning of June.
Yep.
So,
Thanks for clarification.
yeah, you're welcome.
And each community pays, is that correct?
Yes.
That's right, so.
Yes, every taxpayer contributes.
Yeah.
Does JCEO fall under any one of the committees specifically? And would it be helpful for,
And that, you mean?
well, not maybe to add it, but to stick it in with one of, that might be appropriate for contact on a quarterly basis?
Well, we should, the whole board should start receiving reports monthly, which is gonna be very helpful. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
It used to happen. We used to get those reports.
Yes,
Mhm.
and then they stop.
That's right.
Okay,
So if we don't,
I wondered if there would be a contact person might be helpful as a reminder.
well, I would say it'd be Emma Duchart was,
Does that person
Take it
change
over.
though? Does that person, has that been the same person for
Yeah,
as
she
long as
just-
you can recall?
yes,
Yes.
she just decided to retire. And she's been there a long time. Since Wyatt closed, I believe.
Because I thought I recalled Jason in the past where they did something similar, where we had already approved, and then they came to a meeting, they presented and wanted additional funding, and we were like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That was before I came.
Yeah,
That's why I asked if there's been a
That-
change of the helm.
yeah, you're not wrong in that, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
So you're in the same position we were this side.
Right, and I understand, and we all understand that they maybe can't anticipate what the needs are gonna be from month to month or from year to year. I get that, but we're also.
She was able to present statistics though over the course of a couple of years, so there
Right.
was some anticipation
It
there.
was, and she told me that today in a phone conversation, that the need has been there, they just haven't, now they have someone that's, you know, more than willing to do the extra, so she'd like to increase that. But I did tell her, you know, if you could, and she agreed, they'll try to increase it, some for 27 and then again in 28.
Yeah, even if they did, you know, the last 3 years, then built in an escalation percentage, you know, 10 to 15% above that. That way it's here to us prior when we sit down and start to work on the budget.
Yep. Okay, okay, so, that's it for new business, old business. I guess we need to add the procurement policy here, Julie, as well, please. And Dorothea and I have a meeting scheduled next week, correct?
Friday.
Yep. This Friday, this week.
Now that we've approved the comprehensive plan, is it worthwhile to add that onto the agenda every so often, that we're reflecting on it, that we're, you know, making use of it? We heard the advice that it shouldn't just sit on a shelf.
No?
Maybe we should make
No.
an effort to,
I think that we need to have at least there's a summary table in the back of it, that's all the high level and mid-level and low-level things that we're shooting to get done. I think we need to have that in front of us, you know, all the time. So whenever we're thinking about applying for grants, possibly expanding housing or whatever, looking at where the public wanted it, et cetera. So I'll have one in my office, I don't know if we wanna keep one right out here, so it's very, that's what I was thinking, is on this table, I don't see why we can't, so when we're in discussions, we can grab it. Cause that's what usually happens, that's what happened to the old one, it gets put on a shelf and you never look at it.
Yeah, I would say,
So let's try that.
yeah.
We'll do the summary plus the full report. Right there for anybody.
And because it's a working document, it wouldn't hurt to actually find a place somewhere on the homepage of the town's website where not only we look at that, but the community looks at that. So now you've got people that are engaging. I don't know, it's just a, because too many of these papers that are a work in progress get shoved away, and then you don't think about them. End of the year rolls around and you haven't done anything with it.
Right.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that it's already been
It's on
used
there.
for at least one grant application, and we're gonna get ready to do another one. And it gets used because it can get referenced,
Right.
to the exact section and number, and it's very useful, and it does help you in regards to points for grants.
It is on the website, but it's layers deep.
It's very.
And people don't go layers deep, Dora, is what
No,
my
you're
concern
right.
is, so.
We can look at that.
We can look at that.
Yeah, I can put that on the list for Lawyer Benner if you want.
I can look at that, I can move it.
Okay.
Okay, next business meeting is scheduled for February 10th, 2026. Motion to adjourn. Bye.
I'll motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye, okay. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.